Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your July 2019 Path of True Love reading. I am your reader for today, Mark A. Lyons, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch and professional intuitive. Thank you for being here today, and for my subscribers and the people following and all of that, welcome. This is my first time doing a zodiacal series on tarot, or even doing readings like this at all online. Go to my website, drawingthecircle.com, if you'd like more information about me. There's a lot of cool stuff on my website. I just got the brand new website as the result of a dear friend of mine who is an Aquarius, by the way. They're always so good. They're always so good. I love my Aquarians. Freaks of the zodiac, y'all, but that's okay. It's not like I hang out, you know, with the norms. It doesn't work out. So I'm doing this for the first time in each of these first 12, I guess, explaining not just who I am, but the decks that I use to read in this way. These are the same 3 decks that I read with clients. I take clients all the time, both online. I'm not doing the thing where I record the video and send it to you. I am glad to do it through Facebook Messenger or Skype or whatever works. And here are my kitty cats, my boys. Welcome. I think that's the 2 younger ones, Balthazar and Melchior. Yeah, that is like them. They've been, oddly enough, very inactive for these readings when I do live streams on my Facebook group, Words of Grace, with Mark A. Lyons. It's a secret Facebook group. Feel free to join. You can find it, but once you're in, no one knows you're in. I love that. So they were always like bouncing around when I do the Sunday Grace streams at 4 p.m. We'll see. So I was tuning in with my 3 levels, my 3 channels of divinity that I work with every day, but particularly for readings in work, career, vocation. And the first is the angels. And with the my means, my divination system is the Doreen Virtue's Healing Oracle, Angelic Healing Oracle. The second, I mean, these are in no particular order, it's multidimensional, but my gods. I am a pagan, if you haven't figured that out from the pentacle earring and professional witch and all that. Ooh, criticism, I am a Virgo. I work with the Greek Hellenic pantheon. There are always 12 gods in attendance at all times in my life. But of course, then when I'm reading, when I'm working, when I'm serving as a Virgo, because I'm a Virgo. So 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 thrones of Olympus. Each one has a different sign. Some rotate in, some rotate out. For Aquarius, there are 2 gods that sit in that throne for me who tag in and tag out. One is Heracles, Herakles. It's the Greek, probably, well, the original version of Hercules, son of Zeus and Alcmene, a demigod who, through his 12 labors, regained his divinity. The other, the goddess Athena, who is really sitting in that throne the most. And you'll see behind me, like, I have god and goddess statues that I've collected. I don't have statues for all of my gods and goddesses. By the way, this is the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. That's the divination system I use to work with them. But all of the pieces of jewelry that I wear are connected to one of my gods or goddesses. And here is the Medusa ring. Picked that up in Montauk. They had no idea what they had in their jewelry case. And because it is essentially Athena who created Medusa on the path of true love. So she's going to be guiding us today, as well as any other of my deities can chime in. They're sort of in charge in that. 3rd level channel, whatever you want to call it, the Ascended Masters, which, you know, when I first started doing this, you go back to Aries, you barely hear me talk about them, but I've gotten more comfortable because it's just, you know, I've said it before, like, people are okay with angels, right? Gods, goddesses, they're sort of everywhere. But Ascended Masters, for some reason, that sounds tinfoil hat woo-woo land, and it did to me for years, but I've been in the New Age metaphysical, spiritual movement, industry, whatever, since the 80s. Kitty cat. It's fun to watch them. They think I can't see. I have eyes in the back of my head, kids. Anyway, so the Ascended Masters are those beings who have graduated their highly individualized curriculum of schoolroom Earth, hologram Earth, They won the game. If you want to see this as a sort of the Matrix, but from a more spiritual perspective. Oh, that works for you, Aquarians. I just heard that. That works. I like that. That works. You got there. Now let's just call that a casual jumper. So this is the deck that I work with them, because the Ascended Masters walked the planet, so they really get what we're going through more so than the angels and the gods in a lot of ways, right? The Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. A deck just chock full of lovely, wonderful cards like Joy, as well as what I call the Womp Womp cards like Push Me, Pull Me, which if you're into that sort of thing, that's a little B&D S&M maybe. You, I gotta remember I'm talking to Aquarians. Oh, here we go. So how this works is I pull one card from each deck to start off as an overview. And as the guidance and the grace kicks in, I go there. We go in. I will zero in. I will microscope in with the critical clairvoyance of a true Virgo. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. Fasten your straps. My angels. If I can make angels laugh, it's a good day. My angels, please, one card for Aquarius signs: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, on the path of true love for the month of July 2019. Here we go. First card up. Oh, romance. Ding, 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 ding. All the other 11 signs hate you right now because you got that from the angels. Now, the angels paint the broadest stroke, right? They see things from the celestial. And it's not that they're above the gods, it's just their point of view is different. The gods have sort of like personalities. The angels, I wouldn't call them personalities. They're celestial archetypal forces. It's just different. So when the angels are showing me the romance card, I only put that up for you so you see. Now, you know, just because that's, well, that is Cupid and Psyche, actually, which are Greek gods. Just saying, read the myth, which, by the way, then read the myth. Read the myth of Eros and Psyche. Eros is in the Roman Cupid, and Psyche is another word for the soul. It's actually the original word for the soul. I believe it's Greek. Well, yeah, if it's Greek myth. Excuse me while I communicate here with them. By the way, I noticed from the editing this that when I cough, I change channels, like from angels to gods. It doesn't happen every time, but I notice it's a clearing of the throat chakra. So that's even saying good. Leave that one there. We'll definitely go into that, right? It's the path of true love. But at least you know this isn't about, you know, family or something. Oh my gods. Now you would think Athena, why would Athena, she's a virgin goddess. Well, yeah, she never married, but that didn't mean she didn't have her lovers. I mean, she did it wisely and covertly, which Aquarians, freaks of the zodiac that you may be, I've never known an Aquarius that didn't have a private life. They can be very public. They can appear very everybody's friend, but also at a distance. Distant much, Aquarians? Great friends. Lovers? For a Virgo, not so much, but that's okay. My Aquarians taught me how to turn lovers into brothers. So, my gods, one card for Aquarius: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for the month of July 2019. Oh, this feels so good, and it's the Leo card. Now, I've said it in other readings. Not everyone's going to watch every reading. The zodiac cards in this deck are a little bit more specific than, for instance, the Rider-Waite Tarot, which I love. The Rider-Waite Tarot. It's what I cut my teeth on when I was 12 years old. In this deck, it literally gives the name of the sign on the card. So let me do it that way. Leo. I don't know if you could see that right at the top. Leo. So though this may very well indicate a Leo person that this is about, it is your opposite sign. It could, I mean, of course, check your other planets. See if you have any planets there, particularly Sun, Moon, Rising. Yeah, well, because for me too, I'm Leo rising, so I could even have a look at that for myself. And of course, your Venus sign, see it's in Venus. But Leo is very much about creativity and good fortune. So that in the way that my gods read, they don't always just come right out and say, this is a person. Like because anybody who comes into your life is bringing you some mirror of yourself. Now, Aquarians, you might like this. If you look into the Dead Sea Scrolls, look for the 7 Essene mirrors, and there's one brilliant Hay House author who really covered that, I think, as well as can be done contemporarily. I'm sure other people have, but this is just what I've come across. Check out Greg Braden. He's a Hay House author. I know, I'm a witch who knows Hay House authors. Oh, scandalo. All right, get over it. In that sense, I have no planets in Aquarius, but because I'm Leo rising, it's in my 7th house, I very much can relate to Aquarians. In that sense, particularly as friends, but as teachers and as givers of information. So I do pass on what works for me in a very friendly way, because the faster we all learn, heal, grow, evolve, we fulfill our roles in the divine plan. And it's not that we get what we want, but we get what we need, right? And true love is part of that. So let me now turn to my masters. Oh, you know, there's a small set of them I'm working with. I mean, I've met a bunch of them, I guess, but they're when it comes to true love, there's like maybe 2 or 3. Oh, she feels so good. They feel so good. They're like sisters and brothers, even though they're like ascended masters and people revere them and pray to them and stuff. For me, they just feel like older brothers and sisters. So sweet. So my masters, please. 1 card. Overview for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra. Signs on the path of true love for the month of July 2019. Self-worth. Really good card. Really happy with this for y'all. Like I said, I love my Aquarians. It's not that I've never met one I didn't like. An asshole is an asshole. I don't care what. No, there's a shadow side to every archetypes. Archetypes are neutral. Lead to gold, shadow to light, however you want to see that. Deadly sin to grace. But it's where they are on the spectrum. And on the whole, WHOLE, I always spell that because people think I'm talking about somebody's hole. Shut your hole, honey. Mine's making money. On the whole, I adore them. They're very, very good friends. So as I tune to this, as a tribrid vibration here, romance with the Leo card with self-worth, that this month for you feels very, very romantic. Obviously, the angels are painting that larger picture. But there's a lot of good fortune by you engaging your creativity in terms of self-care and self-worth. The thing about self-worth is it's self-worth. You can look for qualifiers on the outside, and oh, please, I was born in 1968. Yes, I'm 50 years old. Oh, the miracles of prayer, meditation, and not having children. Cats make me younger. It's in the 80s, it was all about what you had, right? And then we had the 90s, which was rebellious a bit. And then the new millennium, and then the towers coming down. I mean, self-worth, if you're looking for it outside, you're looking for worth in all the wrong places. But then you have all that self-help stuff, right? And certainly I never discourage anybody from taking a psychological path, working with a counselor. I'm a spiritual counselor. I do not diagnose or treat any psychological issues in terms of mental illness, personality disorder, any of that, even though I can usually feel them a mile away. That work is essential. Spirituality and psychotherapy really have to walk hand in hand for a while, because at the end of the road, they're all the same thing. It's just 2 different, it's like left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, walking our path. But self-worth is about how you are appraising, assessing, estimating self-esteem, self-estimation. Self-estimation is a verb, not a noun. See, in the 80s, I was told that well, before I started reading the correct materials, that self-esteem was a noun. It was something that you had, that could be taken, right, or given. It's not, it's a verb. I learned that from Carolyn Mace. Now, if you do not know who Carolyn Mace is, every Aquarian right now should go to mace.com, MYSS.com, and just cancel the rest of the day, because there's so much information there that will light you up. And she is a tough Cookie, I love her. I've never met her. She may be one of the few people left on planet Earth that intimidate me. And I mean in that in a respectful way, that she's kind of who I want to be. The other two, this is so gay, are Bette Midler and Madonna, because Bette Midler changed my life. I saw her in concert when I was a kid, and I realized, oh my God, if she can get away with that on some level, if she can get away with doing that, I can get away with doing this. And Madonna, I always said if I ever bumped into her in an elevator, you know, I would just try and keep. I'm not a fanboy. Fan means fanatic. Keep that in mind, Aquarius. When you say I'm a fan, I'm a fan, I'm a fan, you're saying I'm a fanatic. The fanatic is the shadow side of the devotee archetype. Just saying. I would hope I could just keep my shit together and maybe just go, thank you so much. Thank you for your music, and like not even look her in the eye, because I would never want to invade their privacy. Virgo, cross your legs. So, but isn't that the thing? Like you put yourself next to a celebrity, where's your self-worth? That there's a bit of comparison going on here that you can be really creative with. So let's go in, let's look more. I want to they're telling me clarify that Leo card with another tarot. My gods, please, can you please give me one card to clarify this card of Leo for these Aquarians, Path of True Love, July 2019. Oh, oppression. So, well, oppression here. I think this is the first time this one's ever come up in these readings. It is the card of the devil. I know it looks like the tower, but it's the card of the devil. And what's so interesting about that card is, and you know, I obviously put the picture up when I do edits. If you were to really study that card, you would see that there is a woman buried under rocks, but that the rocks themselves are faces. So my sense of this is the oppression, because I'm really being drawn to the faces. That Aquarius, it might very well be that though you are very connected with friends and tribes and society and humanitarian, that it might very well be the voices of those very people that you feel so connected with, though perhaps at a distance, that are holding you down. And that there is a creative solution to this, and it's about your self-worth. All right, I will pull more cards on that with the master deck, but that this is really about you getting the difference between self-esteem and tribe esteem, self-approval, tribe approval, self-approval versus tribe, self-worth versus tribe worth, because the tribe, you know, blessed be the tribe. We're all one tribe. We all come from, we're all the one, right? We say, I want to meet the one, walk out your door. There they are. There he is. There she is, right? No, show me the one who's meant for me, the one who I'm divinely planned for. But when it comes to those larger things, we really do get tested about whose life am I living? Whose dreams am I manifesting? Because tribes, they can be very toxic. Obviously, when we talk about tribalism nowadays, right? Political tribalism, social tribalism, they were necessary for thousands of years, but we're all one. And the amount of tribal violence and all that stuff in the world, I don't think I need to go on anymore, because it's obvious that there are oppressions there. It's that they're showing me the metaphor of a crab trying to crawl out of a basket and the other crabs trying to pull it back down, right? I'm almost there, right? So have a look at that. I'm going to pull cards for that, because there's a romance going on for you, but there's one challenging self-worth. Now that might be that it's somebody that you idolize, up on a pedestal. So it's like that, where you're down here and they're up there, or maybe you're with somebody where it's like, look out for the word deserve. Deserve leads to trouble, shadow, and toxicity. I deserve better than this. No, I am worthy of better than this. I am worthy of something healthy. I am worthy of taking my own path. So that's a little unclear right now. So that's why we're going to go to the Womp Womp deck. My masters, a little clarity on this oppression. Is this for the Aquarian, or is no, they're saying that it's oppressive either way. Can you please show me a little bit more about this oppression? Falling in love, doubt, expectation, and healing. I don't usually take jumpers like that, but they told me to. 4 of them. Now I'll hold these up one at a time, because this is the order that they fell. Falling in love. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. Right? And then doubt. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. That's no doubt. Yeah. So there's doubt. There's doubt in this, and that's part of the oppression because of expectations. Now I'm going to tell you something about expectations, which I learned this the hard way. Expectations lead to heartbreak because, excuse me, they're not necessarily based on intuition so much as they are on a mental emotional patterns of the past, particularly if you're expecting things to repeat as they had gone before. If too much focus on the past in the present makes the future like the past. Law of attraction, law of attraction. I don't care. Put it in traction, law of attraction. I get it. This is not your first time at this rodeo. I can feel it. It feels like there is a call to romance, and you know, I'm not talking to every single Aquarian that's listening here, but there's a good chunk of y'all that have really gone into your sexuality as a means of freedom, as a means of liberation, probably behind closed doors, and maybe not all of you. Sex workers, I'm all down with sex workers. Blessed be the sex workers. But there's this feeling, there's a bit of cynicism in here, a bit of criticism. Maybe that's that criticism card that jumped out before. But let us not forget, we've got here this last card of those that jumped of healing. So this is for the purpose of healing. So that really says, regardless of which side you're playing, because we know in a reading things can jump around, about this self-worth thing. If you already are with somebody where it's challenging your self-worth, like I said, either way, I deserve better or I don't deserve them. It's possible that that if they're doing this role, then where they don't think that they are worthy of you, that there might be a little chaser runaway going, and they're showing me that you can both be playing chaser runaway. It's a phase we go through until we snap out of it, and lack of self-worth. Healing self-worth, by the way, is the way to do that. The middle point is called the walker. So you have the chaser, you have the runaway. The balance of that is the walker, where you say, well, how about you walk beside me? Do not walk in front of me, for I may not follow. Do not walk behind me, because I may not lead. Well, you better get out my way, because I tend to strut, right? Strut your shit. Life is short, and then you come back. So regardless, there is a creative opportunity here. The creativity, there's good fortune here. The overall, even though we've got like what someone called the major womp womp deck, the devil card. By the way, there's a second devil card in this deck, which is often called Coyote, the trickster, a coyote woman in this deck. So this is, you see, there's a different kind of thing. Yes, this can be about addictions. And again, you have to look at what's oppressing you. But what's coming through in this reading right now, because you are fixed air signs, by the way, to me, Aquarius is the sign of the internet, right? It's all about air and communication, and you can't see it, but you experience it, right? You breathe stuff in that's not so great. You breathe stuff in that's really great. It's a mixed bag. So as you heal this, just, I really, really get, yeah, your face in the world, your interactions, your relationship with the world are important to you. If there's an egalitarian, philosophical, humanitarian vein running through you, like it does for most, if not all, Aquarians in some way, shape, or form, then the need to sort of draw self-worth from that is helpful. I understand it. You could take great high esteem for the work that you're doing and all of that good stuff. But if it's dictating your romances, for instance, really, we're going to go here. Let's just say it's a racial thing or a political thing. You know, now we're seeing mixed races all over the place, and hail farewell, blessed be. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but they want me to say this. I can't possibly be racist. Mom, I hope you're not watching. I've sucked every dick in the homo rainbow. All right? You can't be racist if you swallow. To make a point. Oh God, YouTube, you're just loving that, aren't you, right now? But I'm not anti anybody. I'm pro unity. I know we're one. So I take who the gods throw at me, although I'm allowed to say no. There are plenty of other things that, you know, I get it, but maybe that's the situation. Maybe this romance is not necessarily forbidden, but by your tribe, your friends, your social networks, or ever. Maybe this is crossing the aisle. And I do mean that politically. Some of you might be going through that. It's like, well, I can't possibly because he, she, them is a ... But I can't. So there's healing there. It feels like for the world too. Aquarians, remember the hologram. This is all a hologram. What you heal within all. We're all in this together. And the more you can educate yourself on that, it might even sense, all right, they're saying pick one more card from the gods just to clarify for you, because there is an indication here to heal, but I want to pull, they're saying pull one more here, because maybe you pull a little hermit time on this and do that romance for yourself, do your own healing. All right, sorry, womp womp, the Four of Cups in this deck, sorrow, which to me isn't always about sorrow so much as it's about emotional release. That, oh my God, an Aquarian, express a feeling. You can do it in private, but I have a feeling don't bother with tissues. Use paper towels or a big old beach blanket, because when you're dealing with underneath all of this pain, there is fear. There is fear, there is fear, there is fear. And the only way I know about how to deal with fear now, the only way out is through. So to, like a good friend to the child in your heart, let it cry, give it space, but do it privately. You know, no one ever needs to know. I am a Pisces moon. Thank God it's my moon sign. This morning I had an experience with my gods brought me to tears. One of them kissed me, and it was just, I mean, my heart just cracked open. I don't know who was here to see it. That's how I roll. Should I ever marry? I've got my own room upstairs where I can go and do that stuff, right, Virgo? So yeah, I get that y'all are not always about being so, well, you don't mind being joyful in public for sure, being fun and funny in public, being friendly and gregarious. I'm feeling that by the megawatt, but that devastation of the broken heart, that as you cry, you purify. There's so if you are an Aquarius sun rising or Venus, check your moon sign, and you might want to watch the video for that one that I did. Well, I wish you the very best for the month. And if any of my Aquarian friends that are like friends in my life are like, oh my God, is that about me? Give me a call. You have my number, give me a call. And if you would like a reading, please check out the info below. My website is drawingthecircle.com. If you go to my store, I have a store on my website. There's an item called reading packages that you can read through, and it's got a video on there that I did a long time ago about 20 years in tarot. It's longer than that now. And my info and how to book it and all of that, how it works out. So you don't have to, like, it's all the info's in one place, in other words. And my website has Stripe. Yeah, you could PayPal me too, but Stripe is really good and everything's right there. It takes all the different cards and all that shit. So cool. So my darlings, my friends, really, truly Aquarians, my friends, I wish you the very, very best for the month of July 2019 on the path of true love. And though I often say to people, reach out if you need to, this might be a reach in, my friends. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I wish you the very, very best. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.